Thank you, gentlemen of the press. Today, the Ministry of Petroleum Resources presented 3 memos to Council. The first memo, Council approved for the NNPC Limited to execute an MOU, a Memorandum of Understanding, with ECOWAS for the construction of the Nigeria-Morocco gas pipeline. This pipeline is to take gas to 15 West African countries and to Morocco, and through Morocco to Spain and Europe. Council also approved the construction of a switchgear room and installation of power distribution cables and equipment for the Nigeria Oil and Gas Park in Ogbea, Bayelsa State in the sum of 3.8 billion naira. This park is to support local manufacturing of components for the oil and gas industry. Council also approved various contracts for the construction of an access road with bridges to the Brass Petroleum Product Depot in Inibomoyekiri in Brass local government in the sum of 11 billion naira plus 7.5% VAT. Thank you, members of the press.
The Nigerian economy has grown by 3.1% in the first quarter of 2022 compared to a growth of 0.51% in the first quarter of last year. This growth shows a gradual economic stability from the recession that we witnessed in 2020, and also shows it shows the 6th quarter of positive growth that the Nigerian economy has presented. So of the 46 economic activities, the broad sectoral performance shows that services sector grew strongly by 4.7%. Agriculture also grew by 3.61%. Industry, on the other hand, contracted by minus 6.81%. And there's also significant contraction in the crude oil, petroleum, and natural gas sector of 26.04%. Coal and mining sector also declined. Oil refinery, the biggest contraction of 44.26%. Electricity sector, textile, apparel. Therefore, even though there has been growth in some sectors, there are significant contraction in others, but the net effect is a positive growth. We're very mindful of the fact that unless we have most of the sectors growing, especially the growth in the jobs impacting sectors, that this growth that is positive will not be directly felt by the people. We also reported to Council that inflation has started going upwards to the extent that the monetary authorities, the central bank, have had to adjust the MPR to 13% in the last NPC that they have met, and that's an attempt to manage the cost of inflation. So Council has decided to set up a special effort to look at the sectors that are not growing, and also to look at how we can grow the other sectors better. The Council has also decided that the National Food Security Council will very quickly meet to address the issue of food security, inflation, and also provide a plan and some methods in which we can reduce the cost of food to support improved food prices for the citizens. That's our report. Thank you.
Just so we can release her to, yeah. Just mention your name and to the question.
There was a concession agreement approved. The e-customs project was approved by Council And there were some challenges that had to do with disagreements between the concession partners. Remember that government was not a partner of the concession. It was a group of different investing parties that came together and formed the consortium. The Attorney General and Minister of Justice has intervened. There was several number of meetings to try to iron out the difference. So it has to do with shareholding, who has what responsibility. And at the end of the day, I think one of the partners in the concession did not agree with the arrangement. So the partner that signed was already in the initial concession. So there was one party that did not agree with the terms that are signed, and there is a new agreement that has now been signed. That partner was reported to have opted out of the concession. I haven't seen the report yet, but it was reported to have opted out of being in the concession. So there's a new concession agreement that has been committed to. And on the part of the Ministry and the Nigerian Customs, what it means is that the implementation of the e-Customs project can now start with this resolution. Thank you.
Thank you. The Minister for Police Affairs, or Mr.
I'm very happy to report today that the Federal Executive Council has approved for the Nigerian Police Trust Fund to award contracts for the supply of 82 operational vehicles of Toyota brand for the efficient operation of the Nigerian police at the total cost of 2.2 billion naira. We also had approval for supply of customized police raincoats for distribution to police across the country at the cost of 1.9 billion naira. There was also customized police boots at the cost of 576 million naira. We also had the supply of micro first aid kits for the police at the cost of 1 billion naira, as well as customized instructional materials for the police colleges and schools at the cost of 664 million naira. There was also supply of drugs and medical equipment for police hospitals across the country at the cost of 2 billion naira. When you add all these projects, they will come up to 8 billion 315 million naira, 209,825 million naira. You are all aware that the NPTF was set up as a special intervention fund to facilitate the improvement of the operations of the Nigerian police force in the areas of equipment, training, and welfare. And what we're having now have been assembled from the output of the end user, that is the Nigerian police force. And we believe by the time these items are on ground, they will go a long way in improving the efficiency and the effectiveness of the Nigerian police in the maintenance of peace and security in the country. I thank you very much for listening, and I wish you all the best. Thank you, and wassalamu alaikum.
We also take from the Minister of Power, and then we come to the Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, and then we take the questions.
Good afternoon. Today, I presented to the Federal Executive Council 3 items. One is a note to Council, which was noted on the ongoing project. Then the second one is a request for approval of a contract to supply and install emergency restoration system for 330 kV and 132 kV transmission line for ongoing rehabilitation works in Lagos. The sum of the contract is $968,000, $818. That's the offshore component. The onshore component is 7,393,000 naira. And the contractor is RAP Power Industries Limited. The third item is a variation on a subsisting contract of a substation in Katsina and line base at Kumboso in Kano. And the variation sum is only on the onshore component of the contract, which has an offshore and onshore component, as usual with electricity contracts. So it's only affecting the onshore component due to escalation of construction materials within. And the sum is 445,326,643 naira 12 kobo. And the subsisting contract amount, as I told you, the offshore is not affected. The onshore, which was 939,410,664 naira, has now moved to 1,738,737,307 plus 12 kobo. And the council graciously approved. Thank you very much.
My brother is talking about why Toyota and not Innocent. Well, we buy from all these two companies. We buy from these two companies. We have vehicles from Innocent. I had the opportunity of going to Inewi to see their company, and we purchased quite a number of their vehicles. And this time around, we just thought we should also go for Toyota. You are aware that the operations we are performing as policemen is a very rugged one, and we want to make sure that we buy the best that are fit for this assignment. But we patronize Innocent and all other vehicle companies that are in Nigeria. We are also promoting local content, and I want to assure you that we are conscious of the need to do this. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yes, I remember you talking to me about the funding, ECOWAS funding. We'll be very happy to receive funding from any quarters. We'll be happy. But at this moment, we are still at the point of the front-end engineering design. It is only after the design of the pipeline that we'll know exactly what the cost of the pipeline will be. So when that time comes, we'll be talking about funding. Of course, then if this funding is available, which I'm not aware of yet, we'll be able to draw down. On the issue of turnaround maintenance for refineries, yes, I came here, council approved for the turnaround, for the maintenance, for the rehabilitation, not just turnaround maintenance, for total rehabilitation of all the refineries. And a few weeks ago, I was already on inspection in Port Harcourt, and I can tell you that work on the rehabilitation of Port Harcourt refinery is ongoing. It's very satisfactory. I also intend to visit Warri and Kaduna soon, and then I will report back. Thank you very much. What? Well, it has not cost Nigeria anything. We are still in the process of planning it. If you listen carefully, I said today, Council only approved for us to execute a memorandum of understanding with ECOWAS. It is only, these are just initial stages. It is only after the feasibility studies is ready, after the front-end engineering is ready, that we will know exactly what the cost will be, and then we can tell you how much Nigeria will be spending.
Please. The person that asked Siemens. Your name is Siemens? Oh, sorry. Yeah? Lawrence. Okay. I know what you asked. Yeah, I just wanted, I didn't catch your name. Yeah. Mr. Lawrence, yeah. Siemens, yeah, you need an update on what is going on. The last time I've spoken to you about Siemens, yeah, I told you that Siemens is on track, is active, very, very active. I also told you that I have visited Germany just before Ramadan. In fact, I started my fasting there, having discussions with them. I met the CEO of Siemens. I visited all the factories where they are manufacturing some of the orders that we have made. And we insisted we needed timeline for delivery, which I told you here that they agreed and let us send timeline for delivery of the early order that we have made. And we are expecting the first drop of the 10 Mobitra transformers that we have ordered and 10 substations, mobile substations, which they are undergoing manufacturing now. And during the time of my visit, they took me around the factories, both in Berlin and in Frankfurt. And I saw how they are doing, because they build these things in various components at a different factory. So we went around for a couple of days, going around and having meetings with them. So later they sent the timeline for delivery, which is going to start in September this year through up to December. They also expressed their challenges they are experiencing, which I have told you here, due to the war going on in Ukraine. It has blocked all their supply routes, but that notwithstanding, they still went ahead and gave us that timeline based on our insistence that they should let us know, because Nigerians want to know. So we insisted, and they later agreed to give us this timeline, which starts from September. This is one part. The other part that we are dealing with now is within here and with them also, because it's a process to procure all these contracts. It's not something that you can just handpick. No. In the PPI arrangement, the Siemens are supposed to provide the contractors, that is the EPC contractors, so which they have done, and we have cleared with Mr. President, and we went to the BPP. BPP has cleared for us to engage them, we are now engaging them. As I'm talking to you now, the technical team of the Federal Government Power Corps and the PMO are working together with staffs from the ministry and TCN, engaging the EPC contractors to get a firm offer, which will go back to BPP again for approval of no objection. Then we come to FEC. So we are expecting by the time we finish all these things and move the contractor to site, it will be aligning with the time all these equipments will be coming, the ones that we have made early orders, which I've told you just now, like the mobile substations will become very handy, because as you are working in a particular location, you can transfer the flow of electricity onto the mobile substation, and you can be working seamlessly without the consumers even noticing. This is why we have made the early orders. Then the 10 Mobitra transformers, we have identified locations where load centers, which can be deployed immediately they arrive from the port. They can be taken to those centers and be connected all over the country, so that we can get the initial boost we require in the capacity to operate. So this is the situation we are, and let me take it as a commitment. Each time I come here, even if you don't ask, I will be giving you update, inshallah. Anytime I come on what we are doing on cement, and anywhere you approach me, yeah, I can close it up with cement, because it seems the cement is a very interesting, even if you don't ask. So, but we are working so hard to see that we deliver the TPPI. Thank you very much.